This is I mean, it's heartbreaking that we even need this bill, this vaccine bill. But can you walk us through a little bit? You mentioned some of this. We played the clip before, but can you again the background on this particular bill? And forgive me, I don't remember the name that you honored the bill with. But if you could tell me a little bit of his story.
Yeah, thanks for the question there. I probably won't be getting into a lot of the scientific aspects of the bill. I'm not an expert. As the Idaho Statesman reporter pointed out, that I am a sprinkler contractor. How dare I deal with any issues besides sprinklers in the legislature?
Are you not an epidemiologist? Are you? Oh my goodness!
I'm not a teacher or principal, so I cannot deal with educational legislation or maybe transportation, because I don't build roads for a living. It's quite funny. So I have a constituent who is very bold and very brave to stand up against a lot of the propaganda. She's very connected with the scientific community. She is an RN and has really followed this issue closely. But she's in my district. She came to me and said, "Hey, we would really like you to consider running a bill for us." So this ultimately is me listening and responding to the voice of the people. This wasn't a particular pet issue of mine that I was wanting to push forward. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this. I did follow the issue, I think, fairly closely, and had a lot of concerns myself. And as I've gotten more into the details of the data coming out over the past number of months, the harms that have been caused by the gene therapy immunizations, we decided to go ahead and work together and draft a bill. And so there were a lot of medical scientists behind this in the development of this bill. From various areas, whether it's epidemiologists or I'm not even going to list them all off right now, but a wide variety. I know we have several gynecologists behind us, OBGYNs that are going to likely be participating in testifying as expert witnesses. So we will have a big panel of expert witnesses testify.
Senator, real quick, because I think we kind of missed the context here. What will this bill actually do? I know I set it up that we played a clip before, but let's, for the sake of the folks watching right now, give us an overview of what this bill actually does.
Yeah, I apologize. So what it does technically is it places a 10-year moratorium on any gene therapy immunizations. That is the technical terms we are using. So it would start July 1st of 2025, and it would go through July 1st of 2035, and it would place a moratorium on this that basically is saying we need to put a hold on the widespread distribution of gene therapy products used for immunization purposes, so that we can look at the safety data, see what it's actually doing, see the harms that it's actually causing. And so that's really what we're doing. As far as the details of the bill, how it's going to be implemented, I'm not the experts on those things. I'm carrying the bill. I'm helping try to push this legislation through. But we will have a lot more information available in our full hearing, and we'll have, like I said, a lot of expert witnesses bringing some good testimony, and we will have this fully backed up by good peer-reviewed scientific data, and we will bring the receipts.
You mean you're gonna back it up with science? Imagine that. Yes, very good. And we see that Representative Jordan Redmond is co-sponsoring with you for the House side, so that's very good.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He was gracious enough to sign on there, and we're looking forward to getting this through. And we really need to protect Idahoans. I believe there's been a big campaign that's created of propaganda that's created a certain narrative around this in the general public. And this is, I think, a really good way to get the truth out there and to really start educating folks on the harms that have been caused, especially in the military. We've seen so many harms in the military. Young men with heart problems. I just talked to a young man the other day who said that he had received the Johnson & Johnson shot, immediately started having heart problems, and is still to this day having heart problems, and then decided not to receive any more boosters just because of that. And I think he's 26. And so that's just an unfortunate story, but we hear it all the time. But yeah, sorry, I did neglect to point out. So we are calling it the Doug Cameron Act. So Doug Cameron is an Idaho rancher who was harmed in 2021 after receiving gene therapy and immunization, and he subsequently is bound to a wheelchair, and then is forever. His life is forever changed in this, and so we decided to honor him with the act, and to kind of get right to the heart of the issue that it's real human beings that are being affected by this. This isn't just some lab rats, but we're actually changing people's lives in this one way or the other. And so we want to make sure that Idahoans are protected, that we are implementing the safest practices that we can as we move forward as a state.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic work here on this, and really forward thinking and looking to just protect people. So we appreciate that, Senator. All right, well, we'll check back in with you as this progresses on these two bills and anything else that you're working on and passionate about. We see you're also on some really good, interesting committees, so we'll pay attention to that. Where if people wanted to follow your work or keep in tabs and or provide any resources or any other information, how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can follow me on X, Brandon Shippy 5, I believe it is, as is my handle, and then follow me on Facebook, Brandon Shippy. It's really easy to find me. I try to provide updates there. You can also reach out and email me with my Senate email. You can find that on the legislative website. I want to give a quick plug, Matt, for a constitutional amendment that Representative Dale Hawkins just introduced yesterday, and that's to amend the Idaho Constitution regarding private education of your parents' private education of their children. And this is really seeking to enshrine in the Constitution a recognition of parental rights and authority in education where it currently does not. So this is going to be a huge step for Idaho. I'm carrying that on the Senate side, but we need to get this through the House 2/3. We have to get the 2/3 majority to sign off on this, and so this is going to be a huge lift for us. But we're going to try to pull out all the stops and get this through, so this can be on the fall, the general election ballot. I believe in 26 is when that'll happen.
Oh, great!
But the language, I love how the language came out on this. I think it does a great job. I think it really captures what we're after. And I'll be frank, this is the school choice that I wanted to see happen in Idaho. This is real school choice. This is real educational freedom. This is where we need to be for our kids and grandkids for the state of Idaho.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm so glad you. I don't know if you were watching earlier when we were trying to figure out we were trying to bring up this language earlier, but I'm so glad you brought it around to this, and that you are the Senate sponsor on the other side. Yeah, I totally agree. I love this language. This is, and we've had you on before with your homeschool pedigree and your whole family and everything. But this is the gold standard right here. I mean, if we can get this over the hump, then that just unlocks so many freedoms for people that we don't even have to worry about what the government may or may not do to regulate education for anybody. So yeah, let's get this over the hump, and then we can talk about other things now. So very good. I can't wait to see how this gets through the House, and we'll definitely talk to you more about this next time.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Senator. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye.